Good morning, everybody. My name is Prentice. I'm just coming on here real quick to make a video and just kind of speak on the current state of our country and what's been going up on and how are we supposed to process everything. I just got done watching a news clip of a ICE raid going through a Midwestern state or city, and National Guard being deployed, National Guard from other states going into other states and whole other places, and governors and mayors from different states authorizing, soldiers to come from those places to go to other places. But the whole time my brain is saying, Prentice, that's like back in the day, almost like militias. You have militias in each colony. You got people, I'm going to authorize you and deputize you to do this and going and catching runaway slaves. I'm going to authorize you to be a fugitive slave patrol, doing all type of stuff. But it's crazy stuff going on, and you got people playing all sides. And I even saw a guy from El Salvador say, I got deported, but I still believe in some of the values that Donald Trump and all this other stuff. And he was back in his original country of El Salvador, and he was talking about how he left there and he got beat up, and that's the reason why he left. And then he came to America, and they told him 13 years ago, you'll be okay, don't worry about your immigration status and all this other stuff. And without even involving politics in it, I kept thinking to myself, so a person left the country to come to another place, but black folks like Medgar Evers and all these civil rights activists that got killed and lost their lives back in the 60s and the 50s and all this other stuff, they had no option of quote unquote leaving where they were at because they were experiencing political, social, whatever, violence and all this other stuff in the form of Ku Klux Klan, brown shirts, red shirts, just all the different domestic terrorism groups that black folks have experienced in this country. Nobody had the privilege of quote unquote leaving the country. Now, you could do what was called migration. We all know that great migration term. That wasn't because we was leaving and going somewhere because we just wanted to do that. We were leaving as refugees, leaving places where we were being terrorized, killed, violated physically, all this. That's the reason why people left and moved to other places with the opportunity and perhaps chance of a better thing, only to get there and realize it was much of the same, just in a different form. But it's something for y'all to think about. Y'all stay blessed. Have a good day. And keep y'all heads up. One.